All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Juan More Round, episode 12. Big UFC card this weekend, UFC 314 in Miami, Florida. Main event, we got Alexander Volkanovski trying to reclaim his throne as the featherweight king, taking on rising star Diego Lopes. Today, I'm joined by my new co-host, one of my good friends from high school. His name's Sebastian. Sebastian, you there?
What's going on, Juan?
Hey, what's going on, brother? Thanks for joining. Hopefully
Thanks for having me on, man.
Yeah, man. Hopefully having you on here will make the show a lot better. Try to do this alone, but didn't realize how boring I was by myself. So trying to add a little pizzazz to it, you know?
I'll be here to add the casual perspective into the conversation.
Hell yeah, because that's all we are at the end of the day. Just a bunch of casuals who think they know what the fuck they're talking about. All right, man. Let's just get into it, dude. I'll pull up the main card here and see what's up. All right, let's see. All right, so we'll just start off right here in the main event. We got Alexander Volkanovski taking on Diego Lopes. Volkanovski coming off, 2 knockouts in a row. Diego Lopes coming off a dominant victory against Brian Ortega. Yeah, dude, rising star. Let's see. Comparing these two, we got 5'6" Volkanovski, short king, taking on the Mexican Brazilian Diego Lopes, dude. Who you got in the main event here?
No, man. I mean, personally, I'm taking Lopes, man. I feel like Volkanovski's a champ, but ultimately, Lopes is the next up-and-comer. He's here to prove himself, you know? And he's been on a tear, so I put money on Lopes.
All right, how about this, dude? Before we get our picks, let's try to make it a little interesting. We'll just get our picks.
What you want to do?
We'll get our picks. We'll take tallies every week. And then first one to get to 100 right picks. The other one has to pay for the other person's date. We'll say a steak dinner?
Yeah, something nice, you know?
All right, we'll keep it competitive. Casual. Anything under $1,000 is okay. Nah, I'm just playing. We'll keep it $150 tops.
150, bro.
All right. Some nice wine, some freaking bottle of wine, some nice steaks and shit. Call it a day. All right, you said you're taking Diego Lopes? All right, what do you think?
Diego Lopes.
All right, how do you think it plays out?
Personally, I think it's going to be a decision, though.
You think so?
Decision.
All right, dude. I'm going to say, I don't know, dude.
I think so. I think
Volkanovski's definitely, his chin's been cracked the last couple times. He's getting older. There's that statistic that, anyone 35 and older doesn't reclaim the belt. I'm going to have to go with Diego Lopes, too, but I'm going to say Diego Lopes by KO. Probably second, I'll say third round.
All right.
Yeah, we haven't seen this dude in 5 rounds. Yeah, we haven't seen this dude in 5 rounds yet, but I think he trains in Mexico. He's probably got good conditioning. Yeah, I'm going to say Diego Lopes, third round KO.
I think that's a pretty solid choice.
Yeah, and he's an underdog at
decision,
plus 125. All right, next up, dude, we got Michael Chandler taking on Paddy the Baddy. Got Paddy Baddy as a slight favorite.
Good one right here.
Yeah, what are you thinking on this one? It's a 5-rounder special co-main event. Michael Chandler loses to all the top dogs, apparently.
Tough, man. He does, and Paddy hasn't really beat any of the top dogs, so it's kind of tough to say. I got to put money on Paddy.
Yeah.
I think he'll get the knockout.
You think so?
Maybe even a sub, actually. I'll probably maybe even say a sub, actually.
You think so? Even though Charles...
I think it's going to be... Charles couldn't do it, right?
Mm-mm.
But I think if Chandler got killed by Poirier and got submitted by him, then, at the end of the day, Paddy going to do it too.
All right. Fuck this one. I mean, this dude gets cracked, bro, and scousers don't get knocked out. So, yeah, Jay, right. I'm gonna go Paddy too. I'm gonna go. I don't know why. All my picks are usually second round KO, so I'm gonna go second round KO. It might even be a first. I'm gonna go second round KO. Second round KO for Paddy the Baddy. All right, so moving on here. Patricio Pitbull making his UFC debut, taking on Yair Rodriguez. We got a 37-year-old vet.
That'll be a banger.
Yeah. Let's see. It's 5'11", 5'5". I mean, from my brief and casual film study, the only real people that kind of gave Yair trouble in the grappling department was Volkanovski, who's a pretty good grappler, strong dude. Frankie Edgar way back in the day, but I think Yair's improved way more since then. And then Brian Ortega, who's also a pretty good grappler. I don't know if Patricio is going to be able to do it as far as the grappling wise. I don't think he's going to try to strike with him, but I'm going to go Yair Rodriguez by the unanimous decision.
That's a solid choice, man. I mean, Yair's a crazy striker, so we would take the striking department, but I think it's going to be a grappling event. I'm probably going to put money on Patricio by decision.
Patricio by decision. All right, we got our first one that we disagree on. All right, and this one, the odds kind of shifted a little bit. I think yesterday Bryce Mitchell was like a plus 220 or some shit. But we got my fighting nerds. Where's my glasses?
You did put out a message at the house on him, no?
Every time he you got to bet the farm on him, he said.
At the farm.
So yeah, man. Anytime I talk about the fighting nerds, got to get my glasses on here. Fuck, dude. I mean, Charles Jourdain took John Silva down a couple times, and I think Bryce Mitchell is definitely a way better grappler than him. But dude, after seeing this dude get knocked out by Josh Emmett, and then he got outstruck by Ilya Taporia, I think I think John Silva again. I'm gonna go second round KO.
I mean, I don't blame you, man. We watched him get knocked out in front of us. At the end of the day, I can't really put money on Bryce Mitchell like that no more. I'm gonna have to take Gene Silva knockout first round.
Yeah, that's right, dude. We were there live. UFC, what was it? 3 something? 307, 314. I think it was 314. No, not 314.
Edwards fought Covington.
Yeah, that shit.
I think
that shit was crazy. This dude fucking started having a seizure in the middle of the octagon, which is that was one of the craziest knockouts I've ever seen.
I saw my money die, almost like he died. You know.
I'd see. Damn, dude, they got him as a plus 115 for KO. I mean, there's some good odds, dude, if you're a sports bettor, which also bet responsibly. Yeah, dude, plus 115, some pretty good odds.
Pretty decent.
All right.
I think that price close to a chance.
All right, next up, we got Nikita Krylov taking on Dominic Reyes. Dominic Reyes, dude, on a 3-fight win streak. Nikita, I think, hasn't fought in, like 2-3 years or some shit. I don't know if he's been out injured. Let's see. Yeah, his last fight was 2023, about 2 years ago, against Ryan Spann by sub. What are you thinking on this one?
I don't know, man. I mean, Dominic Reyes plenty of times already, but I think at this point, on a tear, Nikita's coming off 2 years. I probably have to go with Dom. I don't think he's gonna take the dub into 3 though. He's probably gonna go by decision, I'd say.
You going Dominic Reyes?
I'm going Dominic Reyes. Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. This dude. What are his losses like? Sub and decision. Yeah, he's pretty durable. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go Dominic Reyes by decision too on this one. Just cause my man beat John Jones. I don't care what anybody says. He's on his way for making another run at the title. I'm gonna go Dominic Reyes by decision. All right, this one's the featured prelim here. We got the legend, the vet, Dan Ige, taking on Sean Woodson. Damn, dude, they got a 7-inch height discrepancy. I'm curious to see what their face-off looks like tomorrow. Yeah, it's tomorrow. Yeah, what their face-off looks like tomorrow. But I'm gonna go with the veteran, dude. I mean, Sean Woodson's a pretty good striker. He's a rising prospect, but I can never bet against Dan Ige, dude. He only loses to the top of the top, and maybe after this weekend, I'll change my opinion on Sean Woodson, but I don't think he's there yet. So I'm going to go Dan Ige by decision.
I'm going to blame you 50K Ige, obviously, nickname for a reason, but I think Woodson's coming up now, and Ige is, he hasn't really done too much lately that makes me put too much faith in him. So I'll put money on Woodson. I'd say he's going to take it by decision too, though.
All right. That's not bad. I mean, significant strikes landed. I mean, this guy's a high output also, but hopefully my boy Dan.
Reach advantage too, 7 inches.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right. Next up, we got Yan Xiaonan taking on this Rob Schneider-looking cat, Verna Jandridoba. All right, man. I mean,
He's an arrow on his offense, right?
yeah, that's true. But I mean, homegirl's fighting to protect her fight purse with all the tariffs going around. I think she's gonna get that extra umph. I think she put up a decent fight with the first 2 rounds against Yang Wei Li, but I'm gonna go with Yan Xiaonan by decision.
And I think you're pretty good there too. With the good, I do think Brenda's gonna take it though. Brenda's a jiu-jitsu ace, and she's beast. So, by submission.
All right. All right, man. Next up, we got the legend himself, Jim Miller, taking on the legend killer, Chase Hooper.
It's gonna be a good one too, I think.
Yeah, this dude's the biggest favorite on the card at minus 850. Jim Miller's pretty durable, but there's no way he's going to win this fight, I don't think. Chase Hooper, dude's barely 25, hasn't even hit his prime yet. I'm probably going to go Chase Hooper here by unanimous decision.
Man, I think Jim Miller's a beast too, especially for being the vet that he is, but still got to give it to Chase, man. He's been fighting the UFC for a fat minute, and he's only getting better. So, taking it Hooper by decision there.
All right. Next up, we got Darren Elkins taking on Julian Erosa. So Darren Elkins has a special place in my heart because the first UFC event I went to was also the first sports bet I ever placed, and it was on Darren Elkins because he was the biggest underdog in that card when he took on, I think, Mirsad Bektik or whatever. And yeah, dude, he was getting his ass whooped the whole fight, and then in the second or third round, he came back, was fucking him up, got him with the head kick, and dude, I've never heard the arena go so loud in my life until that moment. But with
damage,
that,
right?
yeah, but with that being said, I don't think he's gonna win this fight, so I'm gonna go with Julian Erosa by decision.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you, man. I mean, the damage, he's a beast, but I think Erosa gonna take it by decision as well.
All right, moving on here, we got Waka Flocka, Cedric Dumas taking on Mikhail Oleksiejczyk. I don't know, dude. I can't say this Polish guy's name, but either way, I'm going to go with the Polish guy. I'd probably say by decision, too.
Michael's pretty scrappy, man. I mean, I think he's good, but I'm going to have to put money on Cedric. Take the opposite of you on this one. I'm going to put Cedric. I don't know if he's winning by decision or knockout, but I'm probably just going to go by decision because Michael, he's tough.
All right. Next up, dude. I mean, you got a guy with only one name, so he's usually probably pretty good. He's the favorite, Sumudaraji, taking on Mitch Raposo. But from my brief research, this dude's like on a 3-fight losing streak. Let's see if that's true. Yeah, 3
looks
fight.
like Johnson Elliott and Schnell, huh?
Yep. And Mitch Raposo. Let's see what he's been up to lately.
He's a new guy to the UFC. You don't even got a picture yet.
Yeah, I mean, he was in the Ultimate Fighter. He fought at UFC 302. Lost
okay.
to Andre Lima.
Lost to Andre Lima.
I'm going to go with Mitch Raposo, the underdog on this one.
I'm going to have to take Sumu on this one. I think if you're on a 3-fight losing streak, you gotta get the dud to keep fighting the UFC. So put money on him.
All right, I'm going to say Mitch Raposo by decision. Tracion Gore taking on Marco Tulio. I think this guy's been on what? He's on a 2-fight win streak, both by sub. Yep. And let's see what Marco Tulio's been up to. Let's see. He's undefeated in the... Oh, I guess he's only got 1 fight in the UFC, 1 in the Contender Series, or 2 in the Contender Series. Yeah, do I think... fuck. I'm going to go Tracion on this one. I like the underdog. I'm going to go Tracion by sub.
Tracion by sub. I think that's a pretty good choice. I mean, you win the Ultimate Fighter. Obviously, you made a name for yourself there. But I think it's going to be a tough fight, Marco. They have Marco heavily winning it, but also taking Tracion by decision as well.
All right. And in the first fight of the night, we got Nora Cornholio taking on Haley Cohen. She's a French striker, and I don't know shit about Haley. But let's find out about Haley. How's that? She is a freestyle wrestler. Unanimous decision loss against women. I don't know who they are. Split decision, so she's a grappler. I'm gonna go with Nora on this one by. Women's fight always go to decision, so I'm gonna go Nora by decision.
Yeah, I think Nora's just gonna take it from me too. Don't know much about these two, but it seems like Nora's just a little more of a vet, so I'll put my money on the French fighter for now.
All right.
Decision.
We got a couple that we disagree on, so that'll make our bet a little interesting.
A little more exciting.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Let's talk about some news that came out this week. All right, Aaron Pico finally signed to the UFC.
Excited about this one.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's a big name. I'm pretty sure they're gonna give him a top 15, which they should. They gave Patricio Pitbull, Yair Rodriguez, who's like what, top 5, top 6.
Patricio also was a champion on Bellator, and Pico never reached that level. So maybe give him a little bit of a tune-up fight, someone in between, kind of get him familiar with the UFC fans, and hopefully he can do something with his career.
Yeah, man. Let's look at the rankings here. I would say they probably give him a top 10, top 15 guy. Shit, I'd say either Calvin Kattar or Youssef Zalal will probably be who he ends up with.
Yeah, then pretty good scrap. Don't gig at him too. Make it a striking clinic, that'd be dope too.
Yeah, he said he wanted to fight Aljamain Sterling and Brian Ortega, but I don't really see Aljamain doing that or Brian Ortega. I don't know what the dude's up to. But yeah. All right.
I don't think anyone wants to. Aljamain gonna want to take on anybody like Pico right now. He wants to stay top contender still.
Yeah, and then other fight news here. Yesterday, GFL's first two events got canceled. It's like I said in a video a couple episodes back that one, I don't think this promotion is gonna last a long time. But it should work out because they're always gonna have veteran fighters that get phased out of the UFC, and they're always gonna have a platform to kind of showcase them. But it's not looking good if you can't even have your first fight. You can't even have your first fight happen. So, what do you think? You think GFL actually happens?
I don't know, man. I was pretty bummed out about this one. I thought that GFL was actually going to do something. A lot of promotion, a lot of people talking about it, but it's a lot of rusty vets, man. And at the end of the day, these dudes are all messed up. They're all fucked up from the injuries, all this shit. So you're making all these big events, all these people seem kind of too good to be true, But currently, I don't think it's going to happen, but hopefully they can pull something together and actually put these fights on. People were excited for them. I know I was one of them.
Yeah, I think I saw somewhere that the owner, I guess, what was it? Darren Owen, he said that one of the investors, I guess, pulled out, or I guess they didn't fulfill their obligation for April 1st or some shit. So that's why it got canceled. But I don't know, man. It's not looking too hot.
It's a lot of money you got to come up with. I get it.
Yeah. Let's see. All right, man. Let's move on to something a little fun here. Let's ask ChatGPT what his. Let's see, browser. Let's ask ChatGPT who he thinks is gonna win this weekend. Chat, give me your full UFC 314 card predictions. All right. Why is he talking about Islam Makhachev and Narman Sarukian? My man, dude. All right. Well, this one. No, give me your winners, though. Give me a list of winners for the full card. The hell, talking about Calvin Kattar, Edson Barbosa?
I was about to say, what are these fights?
My man. My man.
Talking about
here
Ricky
we go.
Rosa,
Right.
Ricky Turcios.
Yeah, we got it right here. Let's see. All right, he thinks Volkanovski by unanimous decision. He's taking Paddy the Baddy by third round sub. Yair Rodriguez via split. John Silva via second round KO. Fight ends under 1.5. Didn't even give a fight prediction. So,
It's gonna be a banger though. That's what they
Uh,
know.
Sean Woodson via unanimous. Yan Xiaonan by TKO. Jim Miller first round sub. That's crazy.
Jim Miller.
Michael Oleksiejczyk via TKO first round. Julian Erosa unanimous decision.
Voodoo.
Sumo Daraji by second round KO. Trayshawn Gore by sub in the third, and Haley Cohen by split.
All
All
right.
right,
So what you're saying is put money on Jim Miller.
that's what it sounded like, dude. Big,
That's what it sounded like to me too.
bet the house on him.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor ever fights in the UFC again. All right, search.
No, Dana's saying hopefully.
All right, as of April 2025, Conor McGregor's return to the UFC remains uncertain. Initially, UFC President Dana White anticipated McGregor's comeback in early 2025, following the cancellation of his scheduled bout against Michael Chandler at 303 in June 2024 due to a broken toe. However, in March 2025, McGregor announced he was putting his fighting career on hold to focus on a potential bid for the Irish presidency. Given these developments, it's unclear if or when McGregor will fight in the UFC. Man, yes or no? Give damn political answer. All right. He just gave me the man. ChatGPT's boring as hell. All
Yeah,
right.
he's just saying he might be the president, bro. He ain't gonna fight no more.
All right. What you got, man? You got any questions? I think you should. You think I should ask him?
Chat GPT.
Yeah.
Do I think John Jones and Aspinall are gonna fight? Well, actually, ask who do you think will win that. That's a little more interesting, I think.
Let's see here. As of April 2025, discussions are ongoing for a heavyweight title unification bout between John Jones and Tom Aspinall. UFC President Dana White has expressed confidence that the fight will take place, stating the fight's going to happen. It's just a matter of when now. However, no official date has been confirmed as negotiations are still in progress. Regarding potential outcomes, opinions amongst fighters and analysts vary. Paddy Pimblett, despite his friendship with Aspinall, leans towards John Jones due to his extensive experience and strategic approach. Conversely, former UFC champion Cain Velasquez also favors John Jones, citing his ability to study and exploit opponents' patterns. Betting odds have fluctuated, with some sportsbooks listing Aspinall as a slight favorite. For instance, DraftKings has Aspinall at a minus 130 and John Jones at plus 110. These odds suggest a closely contested fight, reflecting the uncertainty and anticipation surrounding this potential bout. Given John Jones' undefeated record and experience and Tom Aspinall's rising dominance in the heavyweight division, the fight promises to be highly competitive. Predicting a definitive winner is challenging without further developments. Man, this guy never gives an answer.
Yeah, man. I think they're saying John Jones is GOAT and he ain't gonna lose. That's what it sounds like.
All right, and then apparently the last two UFC fight cards in April, I think somewhere in the event, they end up announcing the main event for the international fight card coming up. Let me get your predictions. Who do you think they're going to announce?
I think it's gonna be Islam and Topuria.
Main event or what?
Main event, bro. That's gotta be main event for sure.
Think so?
And then they already announced Ian Gary and Prades, so I don't know what else they're gonna put out there, but hopefully put out some good fights that weekend.
All right, I'm gonna give my hot take. I'm gonna say in the main event it's gonna be John Jones and Tom Aspinall, just because it's International Fight Week. It's Vegas. Tom Aspinall hasn't fought since last July, so I think they were saying that they want to do a John Jones and Aspinall in New York in November, but I think that's way too long to have a heavyweight fighter in his prime and Tom Aspinall, wait that long to fight again. So I think that's gonna be the main event, and the co-main I think is gonna be Ilya and Charles for an interim belt. It's my predictions.
Yeah,
That'd
be crazy. That'd be a crazy card.
Yeah, man. I mean, you gonna watch the fight that day or what?
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, you got nothing planned that day?
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all, he says. All right, man. Let's close it out, dude. I'll compile all your bets, my bets, and Chat's bets. We'll have a scorecard. Oh,
Let's go.
hold on. I gotta say thank you to ChatGPT because when Skynet takes over, I want him to know that I'm one of the good ones. Thank you for your input, sir. Always got to say thank you to AI. You never know when they take over. All right, man. We'll
Oh yeah,
stacked UFC card this weekend. We'll find out how it plays out.
let's
And
go.
we'll do this again next week, man.
Can't wait to get that steak dinner on you.
Yeah, you go to. I'll get you a Chili's dinner.
Hey, I'll make it 150. Don't worry.
All right, man. Well,
All right then.
Thanks for
having me on, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for being on, and I'll catch you next week.
Let's do it.